and then all I gotta do is land 2 of these Rock Blasts, 1 to get the shield and 1 to take the Charizard out, and then I should be able to farm the Dugong down, but there's still another Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. This should be taking out the Charizard, and then what's in the back? It's an Alolan Marowak, and can I get to the Stone Edge? Oh, and he catches the Stone Edge on his Dugong. Very, very nice. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shrady and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some Kanto practice battles. So the Kanto Cup is coming. Are you guys excited about it? Because I know that I am. I am very sick of, what's this cup called? The Bronzor Cup? I don't remember. Doesn't really matter. I'm totally sick of it. I'm over it. It was fun for like 2 days and then it just got really old really quickly. Stale meta, OP Pokemon, it's not fun. But the Kanto Cup, on the other hand, the Kanto Cup is actually looking like it's going to be pretty damn fun. And so I got together with a couple of my patrons as well as some people that were in my Discord, and I went ahead and did some practice battles. And if you guys want to also do practice battles with me, you can either subscribe to my Patreon, which there's a link in the description for that, or you can just join the Discord, and maybe I'll ask around depending on if I need to, you know, some people to make a video. So let's go and take a look at the Pokemon. I think it's this screen. Yeah, it's this screen. Okay, so as you can see, I have an assorted variety of Pokemon over here on the left-hand side of the screen. No featured Pokemon screen today because there's just going to be a ton of them. So we're going to be taking a look at a few of these, and yes, Galarian Rapidash, Alolan Graveler, Alolan Raichu, anything that shares a number with the first 151 Pokemon. So like for example, Raichu and Alolan Raichu are actually the same number in the Pokedex, even though they're from different regions. So you will be allowed to use Alolan Muck and Alolan, all that stuff, as long as it shares a Pokedex number with the first 151. So I'm not going to do all the zooms and stuff like this, but according to PvPoke, we've got basically a meta that's going to be revolving around Hypno, Alolan Marowak, and then a few others, but none really seem like they're overpowered. They're all easily countered, but I do think you're going to have to watch out for Alolan Marowak and Hypno a lot, which is why the third slot over there is Alolan Muck, because Alolan Muck is going to counter both of those guys, as well as like Gengar and Haunter is going to counter them extremely well. So I think Alolan Muck is going to be a great anti-meta pick. The other anti-meta pick that I saw, it's going to be my favorite Pokemon, is Alolan Graveler. So I went ahead and I had like, you know, a bunch of dust saved up, and I spent like 350,000 dust powering up some new Pokemon for this cup, and I wanted to get, you know, and I wanted to try them out. So let's take a look at some of these first battles that I got into. This might be a bit of a longer video. I might split it up into 2 videos depending on how long it ends up being. We'll see. Okay, so Alolan Graveler into Dragonair. This is really bad for me. We're doing resisted damage with those electric types. We decided to catch an Aqua Tail on our Alolan Muck, and this was with NZ Tech Freak, by the way, so shout out to him. He's one of my patrons. And so we're going to switch into the Alolan Muck, and he's staying in, which is kind of unfortunate for me. I was really hoping that he would switch out. I do think Alolan Muck is going to make one of the best safe switches in this cup, though. So I'm building up a bit of energy, and I'm going to throw this Dark Pulse. It's not going to KO. I really thought Dragonair was going to be like as squishy as Dragonite, but it's not. It's actually quite a bit tankier than Dragonite is, which is why Dragonair is going to be a better pick than Dragonite for this cup. So I decided to let it go, and then I'm just going to come in with my Wigglytuff. Like I said, I was really hoping that he would have switched out there, but now what can happen here is I come in with my Wigglytuff, and then he switches out. I knew it was going to happen, and then I can switch back into my Alolan Graveler here. And then I decide to bait, getting a little bit of lag there. Rock Blast won't KO from this range, and that's right, I am running Rock Blast and Stone Edge. And then I made a huge mistake here. I definitely could have got to the Stone Edge, which would KO, but I went for another Rock Blast, and then yeah, that was a big mistake. So Bone Club is going to be double super effective here, so even though it's a crappy move, it's going to be taking us out. And then I'm just going to leave it all up to my Wigglytuff. Hopefully there's something in the back that this Wigglytuff can beat. And Alolan Marowak has to go for Bone Clubs against Wigglytuff because it's a part normal type, so those ghost type moves like Shadow Bone and Shadow Ball will be double resisted. And then there's a Venusaur in the back, and I remember after this he was saying he was trying to catch that Ice Beam on the Dragonair, but he wasn't able to do it. So that Ice Beam's going to be coming through, and then hopefully I can farm him down. Actually, it doesn't really matter, I have his shield, and then I should just be able to farm down the Dragonair there. So again, I think Wigglytuff is going to be a really, really good pick, because it's going to be able to partially counter Alolan Marowak. It's going to be able to counter, partially counter Gengar and Haunter, depending on whether or not they're running Sludge Bomb. It can beat Alolan Muck as well, as long as you shield any poison type moves. So let's see what I'm doing here. Clefable's another pick, but I think Wigglytuff's going to be a lot better. Wigglytuff just has the type advantage there. Alright, so we're going in with, this is going to be a basic bitch meta team. I don't know if I was allowed to say that. Yeah, so we're going in with Alolan Marowak, Hypno, and Shadow Machamp. So we pick up a really positive lead. He's gonna switch into Dragonair, so I'm gonna come in with my Machamp. I have no idea what to do here. I'm assuming Machamp can win this. The Dragon Breaths are obviously gonna add up, but so are the counters. So I'm gonna shield this Aqua Tail, and then I think I'm gonna throw now, because he's just a little, he's kind of close to another Aqua Tail here. So we're gonna throw this Cross Chop, and this should be taking him out. And then what is he going to come back in with? At Alolan Marowak. And at this point, I'm going to go for Rock Slide. There's no reason to bait here, because it looks like he's going for the farm down. So I know he's going to invest a shield here. So I am totally okay with going down. And he's got a lot of energy now, which is unfortunate. And I think I'm going to come in with my Alolan Marowak, right? Yes, because I have energy on my Alolan Marowak. And then I have to call it here. Is this going to be a Shadow Ball? I shield a Shadow Ball, so very nice on my end. And the good thing about having Shadow Bone is you're going to beat your opponent to, if they have Shadow Ball and you have Shadow Bone, you have an advantage over your opponent, because I'm going to be able to get to the second Shadow Bone before he gets to another Shadow Ball. This is a Bone Club, right? Yeah, it's just a Bone Club. And I got the defense debuff, so I think at this point I'm going to build up a little bit of energy. And and he catches a Shadow Bone on his Victory Bell, so very nice. I decided to undercharge it, but I think it's going to take him out. Oh no, it doesn't take him out. Okay, so now I'm going to go for the farm down, but I underestimated the power of Shadow Victory Bell. My god, those Razor Leafs were adding up even though they were resisted. At this point I can go for a Fire Punch here. Or I can just throw a Shadow Bone with my Alolan Marowak. So Shadow Ball's going to be coming through. That's going to be taking out my Shadow Hypno. I forgot that was a Shadow Hypno. And I think the Bone Club may... Actually, I don't know. It's safer to go for the Shadow Bone here, for sure. Shadow Bone is looking really nice. I just powered this thing up. I don't have like a great one, but which kind of sucks, because I have like a really, really, really good shiny Alolan Marowak with really good stats, and I was like, I'm not gonna use an Elite TM on this thing. Okay, so this time we're going in with Wigglytuff as the lead, and we get into a Gengar lead. Now we're both doing resisted damage, but theirs is double resisted and mine is only single resisted. He decides to switch into his Victory Bell, and I'm gonna go in with my Alolan Marowak, and at this point I think I throw a Bone Club, but maybe I think my best bet here is farm down. I don't think there's any reason to throw a charge move, and he gets the defense debuff. That's it. See, or attack debuff. That's the one good thing about Victory Bell that people don't expect a lot of time, is throwing a Leaf Tornado, because it's like a really high chance to get to debuff your opponent's attack. Watch how much the Shadow Bone does now. Barely anything, because he debuffed me. It debuffs your attack by 2 stages, and that's Leaf Tornado, if you guys have ever used that attack before. But I don't know if you noticed, but I got the defense debuff on them, so my second Shadow Bone did more damage. Shadow Bone is a really insanely good move. So we're going to come in with the Wigglytuff and then get ready for them to switch. And then there's a Gengar in the back, and my Galarian Rapidash is not going to have a great time here, so I'm going to let this come through. And it doesn't KO, surprisingly. And then I'm just going to go for this Body Slam. Even though it's double resisted, it should be taking out the Gengar. Galarian Rapidash is also looking like a pretty good pick here. Obviously, it didn't do anything this round, but yeah, at this point, I'm just going to come in and shield. I'm thinking this is only a Shadow Punch. I don't think he has enough energy. It is a Sludge Bomb, so very good shield there. It doesn't really matter. I would have shielded it anyway. And then, yeah, there's just that Dragonair in the back. So, GG. Now, these next battles were done with JeevesPeabody, the one and only JeevesPeabody. And if you guys want to see some more Kanto Cup practice battles, I'll put a link in the description to a video that she had just made doing Kanto Cup practice battles with some different Pokemon. So if you guys want to go check that out, do it, or you're banned. Twice. I'll ban you twice. That's right. I have the power. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember me doing the video on Galarian Rapidash. It is super duper squishy, but on PvPoke it's rated very highly. It's rated the #2 switch for this meta. So if you guys have one, it's a good chance to give it a try. Alright, so this time we're going up against JeevesPeabody, the one and only, my fiance, who's just powered up some new mons for this cup as well. I decided to go ahead and catch a Shadow Bone on my Alolan Muck here. Hopefully a Shadow Bone. It is a Shadow Bone, and then let's see what she's got in the back. It's going to be a Lapras. Okay, so Lapras is a pretty decent response here, but if I can land a Sludge Wave, then this is going to be going in my favor. So we're going to try to land a Sludge Wave. We actually do land it, and now we just have to go for a Dark Pulse. This is going to be a Surf. Even though it doesn't do that much damage, I need to shield it if I want to win this secondary matchup. And building up some extra energy. I was counting her Ice Shards. It takes 4 Ice Shards to get to a Surf. So we're going to throw it right before she gets to the 4th one. And that should be, I'm just going to let this go at this point. I have Galarian Rapidash in the back, which is going to be super squishy. So I think we may even come in with Galarian Rapidash to farm down. I really want to get some use out of this little pony thing. At this point, the Psycho Cuts are barely doing anything. I am going to let this Surf come through. It's going to do a ton of damage because we're super squishy. But hopefully we can build up 2, 3, 4. We're going to throw the Body Slam so it either forces a CMP tie or we just take him out. Okay, taking out the Lapras. We've got some energy now. That Alolan Marowak's going to be coming back in, I would imagine. I'm getting ready, tapping close to the Psychic. It's actually a Victory Bell. Holy crap, that Razor Leaf, I almost went down to 1 Razor Leaf there, and we're getting a bit of lag, so we can't hit all the bubbles. Probably could have gone for, could have gone for Body Slams there. Why can't I not talk? We're going to throw this Bone Club. Usually you want to farm down in this situation, but I'm going to take a lot of damage from these Razor Leafs, so I want to get that out of here. And then she comes back in with the Alolan Marowak, and this Shadow Bone's going to be doing a ton of damage here. Not quite enough to KO, so again, like, that's where Shadow Ball would be more useful, because Shadow Ball would definitely KO from that range. I think it would KO from near full health. So she baits me with a Bone Club, and we lag out. I think this is a lag out. Okay, yeah, that was, we lagged out. So you can thank Niantic for that one. I'm pretty sure that was going to be a win, but no guarantees. Okay, so going into the next battle, we pick up a really positive lead. We're going to be resisting the fire type attacks, and they're going to be taking neutral damage from the electric type attacks. She tries to catch a Rock Blast on her Hypno. I go ahead and build up some more energy, and then I switch out to my Alolan Muck, because Alolan Muck is going to do extremely well here. Most Hypnos are probably going to be running Fire Punch and Shadow Ball, so I'm not really worried about getting hit by, you know, Focus Blast or anything like that. So we're going to build up a little bit of energy. This Dark Pulse is going to do super effective damage here. Again, very good counter to Ghost and Psychic types. Alolan Muck is going to be a great anti-meta pick. Hopefully it doesn't become a part of the meta, because it would be, I don't know, it might. We'll see how this goes. Alright, so we're going to build up some more energy here. We are single resisting the confusions because of our Dark and Poison type. So this Dark Pulse is going to be coming through, and that's going to be taking out the Hypno. So we got a shield, and we have a little bit of energy to spare. There's an Articuno going to come in, and I'm just barely able to get to this Dark Pulse. This is going to do a ton of damage if it goes unshielded. Shadow Articuno is going to be real squishy. Well, it's not super squishy, but, you know, it's not as tanky as Articuno is in the Ultra League. So I save some energy here, and this Rock Blast is going to be double super effective because of the Ice and Flying type. So I got 1 shield, and then this Rock Blast is going to be taking her out. So yeah, Alolan Graveler, it's going to be chef's kiss. It's going to be great. As you can see, it's going to be countering those flyers. It's also going to be countering Alolan Marowak. Obviously, you have to watch out for Shadow Bones and Bone Clubs, because Bone Club is double super effective. But I'm just going to go for the kill shot here with the Stone Edge, because Stone Edge is definitely going to be taking out this Alolan Marowak. And yes, that is a shiny Alolan Marowak with Shadow Bone. You can thank me for that one, by the way. I took her phone while she was sleeping, and I did 1 raid. We only did 1 Shadow Bone Alolan Marowak raid, and she got a shiny off the bat. I did 3 with my account, so I didn't really, like, grind for it or anything like that, but she literally only did 1 and got a shiny one. Alright, so we're going in with Haunter, Alolan Marowak, and Dragon Breath, Shadow Charizard. I don't have a second move on the Charizard. I'm thinking about doing it, but it's going to cost me an Elite TM. We'll see. Alright, so this is pretty bad for both of us, but Shadow Punch is going to do a ton of damage. I'm just going straight for the Shadow Punch here, because it's going to do a lot. Haunter is extremely glassy, hits very hard. Alright, so Bone Club is going to be super effective, so I think I'm going to go ahead and shield. But it was a Shadow Bone, that would have easily KO'd. I think Bone Club is probably the way to go in this situation. But now we're just going to farm down, attempt to farm down. I don't think this is... Okay, I decided to shield, never mind. Okay, so we're able to farm down. We've got 2 Shadow Punches loaded. What's going to come in? So Haunter is very deadly with energy. I see a Psychic type. It's a Hypno. Okay, so I'm going to go for back-to-back Shadow Punches here. She calls the bait, surprisingly. Shadow Punch still does a lot. And Hypno is dealing super effective damage with the Confusions, but she wasn't able to get one off before. Yeah, That's why Haunter is so deadly with energy here. So I'm waiting to see what her last Pokemon is, and it's an Ivysaur. And I am very sorry, Jeeves. I've got yeah, I've got 2 counters to this Ivysaur. Yeah, I think I tried Ivysaur out as well, and it's not going to be as good as Venusaur. Venusaur is going to be a lot better, but as you see, that Sludge Bomb, I mean, that was a, Shadow Charizard, but it did a lot of damage. But Venusaur, on the other hand, is going to hit a lot harder, and it has access to Frenzy Plant. So if you want to use a Grass type, I think Venusaur is going to be a good choice. Okay, we're going into the next set here. These were done against Ash Greninja, aka Scrub Riolu, one of the members in my Discord who's been around for quite a long time. So shout out to him. Thank you for doing these battles with me. Alright, so we're going up against a Wigglytuff. I don't know how this goes, but it looks like it's pretty bad for both of us. It looks like it's worse for me, though. So I'm going to go ahead and safe switch into my Alolan Muck, which is not the greatest response to a Wigglytuff because we're taking neutral damage from the Charms, and we do have to shield an Ice Beam or a Play Rough. It's going to do a ton of damage, but we can hit for super effective with the Sludge Wave, and he comes in with a Dragonair, but I've got a lot of energy at this point. This is why Alolan Muck is going to be a great safe switch because you can build up some energy while they're taking their time switching out, and you should be able to, throw a bunch of charge moves at whatever comes in next. Snarl gets to charge moves very, very, very quickly, and Dark Pulse hits pretty hard. Same with Sludge Wave, or Gunk Shot if you want to run Gunk Shot. Okay, so now I think I'm going to come in with my Hypno to farm down, and I'm going to go ahead and tank this Aqua Tail, hopefully an Aqua Tail. He has a lot of energy here. It's just an Aqua Tail, so we're going to farm down at this point, and let's see what he comes back in with. It's going to be a Dugong. Okay, so, and this is where having Thunder Punch would be kind of useful. I'm going to build up like I'm going for a Shadow Ball and then throw the Fire Punch. This will do neutral damage here because of the fire, or because of the Ice and Water typing. But we are going to have to shield. Even though this is an Icy Wind, it won't KO, but I need to shield if I want to take this Dugong out. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to build up to a Shadow Ball, or close to a Shadow Ball, and then throw in my Alolan Graveler, who has loaded energy. This is going to be super effective damage right here. And we do get a shield, and then we hopefully get to another Rock Blast. And that's, again, why Alolan Graveler is going to be extremely deadly. It gets to charge moves very, very quickly. And there's a lot of Pokemon that are going to get hit by super effective damage with those Rock Blast / Stone Edge, as well as the electric type attacks. You can run Wild Charge on it, I think, if you want, but I think running the 2 stone moves is a little bit better because you have a bait move, the Rock Blast, and then you have the heavy hitting, Kill Shot Stone Edge. Stone Edge is a Shadow Ball clone, and you get to it in like 4. I think 4 Volt Switches and you get to it. I don't know, but you get to the Rock Blast in 2.5 Volt Switches, I think. Alright, so we pick up a lead against Wigglytuff. This can go either way, really depends on how shields go, but obviously I have to go for Bone Clubs here because Shadow Bone will be double resisted. So I'm going to build up to 2 and hope to prevent him from getting an extra fast move in. If I can get an extra fast move and I prevent him from doing that, then I should be able to win this. So let's see how this goes. I do get both charge moves off before a fast move comes through, and then all I have to do here is shield once and farm down, but do I even shield this? I do not shield it. It's just an Ice Beam. I think Play Rough might be the way to go there. I think if he went for Play Rough, that may have he may have won that. Alright, so I'm not really sure what came in there, but I'm throwing a Shadow Ball, and I'm assuming it's something. It's a Dragonair. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw the Shadow Ball and hope to get the debuff, but we don't. And then we have a Wigglytuff in the back for this thing, and then there's a Dugong. Again, Dugong's going to be really nice. I didn't put the Dugong on the list over there, but definitely if you guys have a Dugong, it's going to be great in this cup as well. Alright, so we're coming in with our Galarian Rapidash, and man, I really thought that Body Slam would do a little bit more there. I probably should have gone for the Psychic. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and shield this Icy Wind. And then I think at this point I'm going to go for the Psychic. As you can see, Psycho Cut gets to charge moves really quickly. It's a Mudshot clone, so you're going to get to charge moves extremely fast. But Galarian Rapidash is very squishy. As you can see, that was a debuffed Psychic, and it still did a ton of damage to that Dugong. At this point, I'm going to let this go, and then come into farm down. Alright, coming in with a Wigglytuff to farm down, and at this point, yeah, there's nothing I really have to worry about here, because it's just a Dragonair in the back, so, just, yeah, gonna shield just in case, I don't know, just in case it's a Sludge Bomb or something, so just gonna be able to farm down at that point, so GG, very well played on both ends. I really do appreciate all you guys doing these battles with me. It was very fun. I usually don't do too many practice battles, so I'm really glad that I was able to do this. Alright, we're picking up a lead against Charizard. Is it a Dragon Breath Charizard? It is. Alright, so if you're going to be running Charizard in this cup, it's recommended to run Dragon Breath and Blast Burn, which is going to cost you an Elite TM. Unfortunately, But as you can see, these Dragon Breaths are really chipping away at me. So I'm going to go for Cross Chop here. Even though this is resisted, it will do a ton of damage because it's a Shadow Machamp. And then I'm just going to go straight for the Cross Chop here. See, if I went straight for the Rock Slide, I would only get to 1 Rock Slide. But if I go straight for the Cross Chop, I can get the 2 Cross Chops. And I do get a shield there. I don't think that would have KO'd, but it would have done a lot of damage, that's for sure. So we're going to come in with the Alolan Muck, obviously, because we've got a Venusaur in the back. And I think I need to shield this. Just okay, that would be even worse than a Blast Burn. Okay, so he switches out into a Lapras, and I've got a Venusaur. I gotta get to this Frenzy Plant before. Okay, he's gonna go for Surf. Maybe he does not have Ice Beam. Maybe he's running. I think it's recommended to run Ice Shard, Surf, and Skull Bash. So I'm gonna farm up a little bit extra, even though these Ice Shards are just deleting me. So we're gonna throw this Frenzy Plant, and this should be taking out the Lapras. And then that's Charizard in the back. I'm going to go straight for the Frenzy Plant. Even though I could have gone for a Sludge Bomb here, doesn't really matter. Frenzy Plant's double resisted, but it's definitely going to be KOing. So yeah, if you guys can remember. Alright, yeah, and there's a Dugong in the back. Can we win this? Probably not. We're going to go for a Sludge Wave here. It's going to do a ton of damage. We haven't been debuffed yet. So hopefully we can get to another Sludge Wave or possibly a Dark Pulse. I think after the debuff here, I think I'm going to have to go for another Sludge Wave. Is that what I do? Yeah, I was worried about it, so I go for the Sludge Wave because I knew I could get there. Alright, so this should be taking out the Dugong. Again, a Alolan Muck, getting to those charge moves super quickly. Going to be very deadly in this cup. Yes, indeed. So yeah, there's going to be quite a few Dragonairs out there, I think, anyway. It seems like it. It's an expensive Pokemon to make, so... Alright, so we lead Dugong, or we lead Golbat into Dugong. This is really bad, but I'm not sure what to do here. I think I should... I mean, I don't know. I guess switching into the Alolan Marowak, because most Dugongs are running... I don't know. They're running Water Pulse, right? So we get debuffed, and we're going for the Shadow Ball here. Definitely going for the Shadow Ball, because it's still not going to do that much damage. And then at this point, I'm going to just, like, go for another Shadow Ball, but hope that he throws his energy. And he does, so we're going to let this go. And then I'm going to come in, hope maybe even to farm down with the Alolan Graveler here. Let's see. Do I farm down? Yeah, it looks like I'm going to farm down at this point. So we're going to shield. Don't shield. I think just let it go. Yeah. Alright, so maybe we just farm down and then switch out. It's a Charizard in the back, and I made a huge mistake. I should have thrown, but I was debuffed, but... I don't know. I should have thrown something. Alright, so we're going to let this go. This is definitely a Dragon Claw. So we're not afraid of the Blast Burn here or the Overheat at this point. Normally, I wouldn't recommend baiting in this matchup because it's really risky, but he's got 2 shields, and I'm not looking too good over on this end. So we're going to bait with the Bone Club and then go for a Shadow Ball, or Shadow Bone. And I'm going to let this go. I was just threatening him with the Shadow Bone, telling him, hey, you better throw your energy, the Shadow Bone's coming your way. And then all I got to do is land 2 of these Rock Blasts, 1 to get the shield, and 1 to take the Charizard out. And then I should be able to farm the Dugong down. But there's still another Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. This should be taking out the Charizard. And then what's in the back? It's an Alolan Marowak. And can I get to the Stone Edge? Oh, and he catches the Stone Edge on his Dugong. Very, very nice. That was extremely impressive. Yeah, very nice. That was a really good match there. I did not expect him to try to catch that Stone Edge. But that was very well done. Alright, so we're going into the next battle. It's going to be Charizard into Dugong. This is not great for us, but also not great because we don't have Blast Burn. We don't even have a second move on this thing. I wasn't sure if it was worth the investment. I already spent 300,000 dust, so it was hard to justify using an Elite TM as well. We're going to let this Icy Wind come through, and then we're going to... I was trying to bait a Blast Burn, but I didn't realize that Icy Wind was going to do that much. Icy Wind does neutral damage to us because we're fire and flying. Because fire resist and flying takes super effective from. So at this point we're going to come in with our Kanto Raichu here. Our shiny Kanto Raichu with the little flower crown on his head. So cute. So we're getting debuffed and then we're just going to farm down. Nope, we don't farm down. That was a total lie. We're going to throw a Thunder Punch here. Kanto Raichu, I think it's going to be fun to use. It's been fun to use in Sylph Arena tournaments for me. I make a mistake here for going for the Wild Charge. I think I should have switched out to clear the debuff there. But we're going to throw the Wild Charge. Doesn't do as much damage as I would like it to. And at this point, I think his only win condition... No, never mind. I think my only win condition here is to bait and land or land the Shadow Ball, one of the two. So, I land the Shadow Ball. Okay, so that actually puts us in a much better position. And then this Hypno is going to come back in. And I think I'm going to go for the Confusion down. Maybe. Oh yeah, I thought his only win condition was the bait right there, or land the Shadow Ball, and I thought for sure he was going to win. But as you see, Kanto Raichu cleaning house for me, able to farm down. We were both going for the farm down there, so Kanto Raichu coming in clutch. Very impressive. I don't think it's going to be the greatest pick for this cup, but it'll be fun. Okay guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. If you're excited for the Kanto Cup, let me know down in the comments. And if you're excited to see some more Kanto battles, check out tomorrow's video. I know today's video is posting on Sunday. I usually don't post on Sunday, but there's going to be today's video. And then on Monday morning before the Kanto Cup starts, I'm going to have some more practice battles out for you to let you guys know what's going to be good for the cup, what's going to be bad for the cup, what you guys should invest in, etc, etc. So if you went on to enjoy this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you're still watching the video, or like 25 minutes in or something like that, you gotta subscribe. Susan Wojcicki came down from the heavens and said upon to the world,
if you don't subscribe, you'll never be able to pet your dog again.
So, do that. Do it. Do it. Okay, I'm done. What am I doing? Okay, see you guys in tomorrow's video. Take it easy.